Today's first day after 2 weeks vacation. I have a very packed calendar. And I'll tell you how I plan my meetings. Planning a meeting is much more than following the agenda. It's about managing people. So stick with me and I'll tell you how I do it. It's about making people feel comfortable. People don't feel part of what you're doing, then you lose them and then your meeting is gonna be useless. Hey, I'm Frederik and this is my channel on tips, tools, thoughts on leadership. The channel is based on more than 20 years of professional experience worldwide. I'm doing this because I want to share my knowledge to leaders worldwide. Meetings can be something of the most boring, dreaded thing you can ever think of. They can be meetings from hell with no ending. These meetings are so boring and bad because there is no clear agenda. People are not coming prepared. Leader of the meeting has not set expectations clear about the meeting. I don't have to tell you that. Obviously, you need to make an agenda for your meetings. What you can think about is that there's typically 3 types of meetings. There is the problem-solving meetings where you get together a team to solve a predefined or an existing problem. There are the decision-making meetings. You meet, you have an agenda, you have some decisions to make, you agree on that. And of course there is information-sharing meetings. Make a clear agenda. There is a million of resources online that can tell you how to prepare a meeting in the agenda. What you need to know, I believe, is everything besides just jotting down the agenda and who does what. It's imperative that you know how to handle the participants of the meeting. You have to accept the culture that you're in. Do not start the meeting by being annoyed of people not being there on time. That's just going to kill the meeting. Accept that you're in a different culture, Frederik. Make sure to start all meetings on a light note. Welcome, greet people and all these things. Set the agenda. Talk to people about this is why we're here and this is what we have to do and this is what I expect to get out of the meeting, and that is important. You need to tell people I expect to get this out of the meeting today. Make sure during the meeting that you're actually progressing towards the target, your expected outcome. This is your job. Don't expect anybody to do that for you. And now the tricky part comes, because how do you actually keep people on track? You need to make sure that the people in the meeting, they're actively helping you solve your problem, understand the information that you're sharing, or making the decisions that you need them to make with you. There's typically in a meeting people who starts going off a tangent. That can be me, that can be anybody else talking about something that's interesting or relevant, but maybe not for this meeting. When this happens, it's your job to understand it happens, and if you have a clear agenda with outcome, you know when it happens, and then guide people back on track. I use the parking lot. The parking lot is a piece of paper where we agree to put down things that are relevant, but not for this meeting, so we'll have to save them or put them aside for another meeting. People, they don't feel offended if you ask them, can we put this on the parking lot and discuss after this meeting? Even if it's your meeting and you're anxious to move on, whatever you do, don't cut people off. Don't be rude. You have a special authority as meeting leader, and if you cut people off, they can take it very offensively. So if people say something or talk too long, be appreciative. Gently get people back on the right track. You will, in many cases, have 1 person or 2 people who like to talk, who like to express their opinions and talk a lot. This is fine because they are engaged, motivated in the meeting and they want to be part of it. But what you miss out on is the 2 or 3 people who don't talk too much but may have very valuable insights. You will need to address this. And I would suggest, as a new leader, if you're not used to running meetings, map down the people. Have a piece of paper where you actually put the names of the people, and then when they say something, give them a mark on the piece of paper. Because during the meeting, bear in mind that the people who are not contributing, they're not necessarily not contributing because they don't want to be there, because they're bored. Maybe they're nervous or shy about contributing. Maybe they don't feel that they know the right answer, so they don't want to say anything. It's your job to get them to talk to you. So put down on a piece of paper who's on the meeting, and then note down when they contribute and make sure that you've heard everybody. Of course, at the end of the meeting, all the usual things, make sure to repeat everything you agreed on. Make sure to say, okay, we agreed you did this and you do this by this date. Always do this one. Who does what by when? I'll say this again. Who does what by when? You need to do this. Before you let people go from the meeting, make sure that you look at your agenda. Did I actually achieve what I want? If you didn't achieve it, arrange the next meeting right away. You cannot leave a meeting without task completed, and try to see if you can keep your meetings to 45 minutes. If you start the meetings by saying, hey guys, I want to do this in 45 minutes, are you in? Then you might even be able to up the pace so everybody is in, because everybody would like 15 minutes or 1 hour of free time where they don't have to be in a meeting. This was Speed Talk on meetings. I really hope you like it. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I'd love to get a thumbs up if you liked what I said. Tell me in the comments, what is your best tip for a meeting? I'm looking much forward to seeing you on the channel again. Thank you.